Now, backstopping, if you don't know already, in real life, you can't do it. But in Citadel, this is basically a process by which you can wipe off the memories of spies, especially in the off chance that they're captured or compromised. Of course, I think we need it in our lives. Don't you want your banks to forget your credit card loans? Yeah?
Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, and Australia. So welcome, everyone.
Thank you. Sushant.
Thank you, Rohini. I hope you're doing well. And a very good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here. And to add to what Gaurav just said, it is exciting. The Citadel World Tour starts from India, from Mumbai, starts right here, right now. But not just that, we are also the first city, the first country, the first region in the world to host the premiere of the series.
Woohoo!
So pretty exciting stuff. In fact, my face is probably not showing it, but I'm pretty excited, and exciting is probably still an understatement.
I absolutely agree, I must say. Sushant, I can't tell you how eagerly I've been waiting for this, right? But here's the thing about Citadel. It's actually a franchise, right? Gaurav, I'm going to take this to you. Can you tell us what that means and why this franchise is so important for Asia Pacific?
Absolutely. So you're right. Citadel is truly unique. It's an epic series about an independent global spy agency that has been tasked to uphold safety and security of all people. But like you said, Citadel is different. It's unique. It's actually a beginning of an ambitious landmark universe that we are building, built on a completely original IP and has interconnected stories that basically traverse the globe. And it's an amazing new way to actually create a diverse global community of storytellers, creators, and make entertainment truly borderless. In fact, a part of Citadel's universe is actually based in India.
Wow.
We are filming a local series that's connected to the global series. And another series from the franchise just wrapped production in Italy. So yeah, and the first launch series that we're talking about here today has some of the best minds in entertainment from the world involved in it. Right from the executive producers, Russo brothers, the showrunner, David Weil, Richard Madden, Priyanka Chopra, Jonas, Stanley Tucci, and so many more. And needless to say, we are all so excited about building this franchise together. But let me ask Sushant about what he thinks about will excite the fans in India.
What will excite the fans in India, Gaurav? I can tell you that from really personal first-hand experience, because I already count myself a fan of Citadel. And it's no secret that fans in India are supremely passionate about the spy thriller genre. We love our slick, high-octane action entertainment with unprecedented scale. And, as is the case with Citadel, when you combine that with a complex layered story, and twists and turns and nuanced characters, I think fans have a lot to be excited about. And what's interesting is that Citadel is not just grand and thrilling in so many ways, but it also very elegantly bucks all the conventional spy tropes, and ends up giving us a series that is really, sure, action, scale, and all of that, but it's also a very moving, character-driven drama. So I think everybody's going to have fun watching. So that's what fans are most excited about.
You know what? We're actually releasing Citadel in 40+ languages globally.
Wow.
And for our Asia-Pacific customers to enjoy the series even more, we're launching it in dubbed versions in Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Japanese, Indonesian, Thai, Filipino, Malay, Vietnamese, and subtitles in all of these as well, but we're also adding subtitles in Korean, simplified and traditional Chinese.
Wow. So you're saying that, we can say namaste at the same time I can say sawadee khap, and I can say salamat datang if I'm watching Citadel. This is amazing.
Absolutely.
Wow. So Shant, of course, this one's for you. Prime Video, favorites. Okay, because you are the home for my favorites. I'm just going to name, some of my favorite.
Go for it.
National, international, series, all of it. Okay, let's start with Farzi. Okay. Fans of Farzi, give us a shout. Yeah. Woo, exactly. Yeah, let's get the energy going. Family Man, come on. The Lord of the Rings of Power, Mirzapur. the marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and so many more, right? Now देखिए मतलब हमारे दोस्त हैं यहाँ पर लेकिन fan पहले हैं और आज of course पत्रकार बाद में. So how do you do this? Like how are you actually going to, is there a strategy to build this fandom for Citadel as well?
You know, before I talk about that, you know, the two shows that you mentioned right at the top there, Rohini, you mentioned, what was that?
Fuzzy,
and
Family
the
Man.
Family Man. They have a connect with the world of Citadel. And
1 second.
we'll get to that in just a minute. But before that, to get back to your question, I think our approach, you know, to fandom is exactly like everything else that we do at Amazon, which is start from the customer and work backward. And we have seen an increasing demand from our fans and from our customers wanting to engage with and enjoy their favorite shows and movies, their international entertainment, not just in Indian language, but also, you know, in types of stories that we really get to tell that really delight and entertain. And great stories travel beyond boundaries, really, and languages too. And at Prime Video, we focus on helping our stories do just that, which is find a global audience. And over 75% of Prime Video India's customers actually watch international shows and movies in English and local languages. So it's only fair, like Gaurav mentioned earlier, I think it was only fitting that we bring a story as phenomenal as Citadel to our customers in India in 5 Indian languages, obviously alongside English. And our intent has always been to create long-standing relationships and an emotional connect with our customers, you know, through engaging storytelling and compelling characters. And with Citadel, we are certain that the complex, layered story, with action, of course, scale and scope, I think there's going to be, you know, some magic on the screen, obviously, when you think about who we have associated with the show. We have, obviously, you know, the creators, the Russo brothers, David Y, Richard Madden, Priyanka Chopra, Jonas, and everyone else who's been involved with Citadel. I think it's definitely going to, you know, create some excitement and ultimately fandom for what I'm sure is going to be a phenomenal IP.
You guys, man, you're giving me a little bit, but now I'm going to go straight to that question, okay? I know we're here to talk about the first to launch series, but I really now want to know, for my friends right here, what else are you developing in the franchise? Because I just heard you say you're developing something in India right now.
Did you hear something?
I think
Did
so.
did you all hear something? Did I mention something like that?
I think you should tell them.
Okay. You know, with Citadel, like Gaurav mentioned, we are building an interconnected universe that really takes borderless entertainment up a notch, right? And each Citadel series is locally created and filmed in region, you know, and produced for a global audience, allowing people around the world to watch them irrespective of, you know, the language they speak and the cultures they're from, really, and be entertained in this world of Citadel. And it wouldn't be wrong to call these series that we are talking about homegrown global shows.
Wow.
Really, you know, they start from a very local story and find a global audience. And the Indian installment of Citadel is created by Raj and DK,
Woo! He said
the
it.
makers
He
of
said
Fuzzy
it.
and The Family Man, and it stars Varun Dhawan and Samantha Ruth Prabhu.
Woohoo!
So we can't wait for you all to experience this spy universe in all its glory, beginning with the first to launch Citadel series that we are all here for today. So, you know, this is just the big setup, and then there's so much more to come.
This is amazing. I can't wait for all of us to start our journey with Citadel. In fact, have you guys had a look at the trailer yet? Yes. Okay, there's half a person there who hasn't. It's okay, I'm not going to take your name. Okay, doesn't matter. What we're going to do is, let's play it out for the audience
for
today.
sure, absolutely.
Yeah?
Let's do that.
Our best friends right there. Let's give it to them. All right.
Okay.
Could we have the trailer, please? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not even supposed to be here, but I cannot control myself. If this is not India International, what it is, can I please request them to play it one more time for us, guys? And then, you know what you're gonna do. You're gonna make some noise. Are you guys ready? Can we play it again? Woohoo! Let them hear you, India. It's your time. Come on, give them a big hand once again. All right, the time is here and the time is now. Shall we meet the spies in person? Are you ready? All right then. Yeah, you can keep screaming because I'm going to take their names and they are going to appear. If you want to try that. Yeah? 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Yes. Okay, she's like, say it, say it. Okay, welcome. Let's welcome on stage Golden Globe winner, the one who made us cry buckets at the Red Wedding, and will hopefully save the world in Citadel, the suave, the charming super spy, Mason Kane, Richard Madden. And along with him, the one who doesn't need any description, words, a multi-hyphenate force to reckon with. Honestly, the pride of India at every global stage that she sets foot on. Playing the role of Nadia Singh, our very own Priyanka Chopra Jonas! Welcome back. Thank you so much. Hi, Richard. So nice to meet you. Thank you so much for coming to India for this.
Thank you.
Believe you're going to sit down or we're going to chat with you. Thank you. Wow. Thank you, sir. I'm assuming that. Sir? Not so sure how that goes. Whoa. Hi, guys. Are you ready? सारे मोबाइल नीचे रखे जाएंगे बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका All right, welcome Richard, welcome home Priyanka.
Thank you so much.
Richard, because this is your first time in India and also it's 2023.
Shh, just let's give them a second to settle down. आप लोग settle हो जाइए. Mobiles जिसके हैं नीचे कर लें. थोड़ा सा और नीचे कर लो sir. Good? सब खुश? All right, let's begin.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका. Since it's your first time in India, also because it's 2023, we're going to go with men first. You okay with that? All right, thank you so much. What would you love to do in your first time in India? And have you been given any tips already by the homegrown superstar, Priyanka?
I mean, there's lots of things I want to do. We've not had a chance to actually talk about it. I need all your top tips and recommendations.
Well, Richard has no time to do anything, first of all, I'll tell you. He has a really packed schedule. I'm at least trying to get him to have coconut from coconut water. I sent it to your room. Did you get it yet? God damn it. Somebody send this man a coconut. But I don't think he has enough time, but there's so many amazing things to see, and he knows that.
I really wanted to go to the national park. I was like, I'm going to go running, and it's like, no, there's lots of tigers, don't
Yeah,
there?
I don't think you have time to go running in the park. No, no?
Nice. Thank you so much for that. Priyanka, I mean, you need no introduction, but can I please do this because I love you, yeah? Super successful actor, producer, entrepreneur, author, okay, so all of this. But you also become the first South Asian woman to lead a network TV show in the US. And the rest, of course, is history, so congratulations on that. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna take a step back in time and ask you that moment when you said yes to Citadel. And was there a waiting period or a thinking period before saying that yes?
Not for me. I was very clear. This conversation started about 5 years ago, And it's taken that long because the show is extremely ambitious and there was a lot of development that happened. But what was presented to me by Jennifer Salke, who's the head of Amazon Studios, was she wanted to create an international, global franchise, which is an original IP, which truly connects the world. So when we talk about diversity, Amazon is very much about diversity, and true diversity is represented internationally, not just with having different skin tones, but hearing the way people speak, actually delving into culture. And this show has the incredible ability to span across every country, every continent. So I didn't even know the story, and I was like, yep, doing it.
Fantastic, congratulations. Richard, you've of course been part of many successful franchises, many of our favorites actually. But why did this one set itself apart for you? What were those one or two things that really excited you about becoming Mason Kane?
I think the thing that really set it apart from, I suppose, a bunch of other things that I've done is this concept of duality. Not only do we play two characters each, but then having your memory wiped and creating this whole other person. Correct. The idea of that and the concept of what parts of you are built into you as a human and what bits are learned experience from traumatic childhoods, etc. And how can we play with that concept of our own humanity? That's what really drew me in.
Fantastic, thank you for that. The Russo brothers, legends in their own right? When it comes to them mega scale, this sort of cinematic storytelling that we could never imagine, and it's so high impact. So I'm going to take this to both of you. When you had David Whale as a showrunner and executive producer, who's also the creator of another Amazon original, which is The Hunters. Could you each tell us your experience of working with these amazing, creators?
I mean, what's so brilliant about working with people who have such a huge vision is it allows you as an actor to focus on what you're doing, because you're not trying to piece together the whole big picture, these multi-country spanning shows, these intricate storylines. You're allowed to just focus on your job as an actor. So it gives you a real freedom because they have such a huge, large-scale vision.
Correct, absolutely. Priyanka, for you?
I think they're incredible. Working with Joe, Anthony, and the whole Agbo team, bringing in David, there was such a sense of collaboration that they had with us. They trusted the actors. They asked us questions about, our characters, what we thought our characters would do. So there was this incredible trust and faith, which we absolutely had in them because of, their credibility, but they showed in us as well. So when you walk onto set, it was never a us and you thing. It was all of us together creating the show. So we feel a sense of ownership and we feel a sense of belonging because it's ours, because we put in, they helped us, they encouraged us to protect our characters. They encouraged us to talk about our characters. And I think that made it a really wonderful work experience.
I can imagine what a dream come true for anybody who would like to tell big stories, and that's you. Streaming, of course, has changed the way we look at stories, right, guys? I think this is an accepted fact now. Like, Prime Video has been at the forefront of that evolution. Do you think a story like Citadel, with this kick-ass, if I may say that, action, okay, I'm going off script here, grand scale, and at the same time, there's this emotional core, which I think is going to have that sort of connect with audiences all across the world. Do you think that that's why this makes it a perfect fit for Prime Video?
I think so. I think Prime Video is tremendously global, and they have a quest to make sure that they touch diversity across the world, and they tell stories and hyper-specific stories from around the world and connect people just the way streaming has connected the world. So I think this show is not just a perfect fit for Prime, but I think it could only be done on Amazon Prime because they're the only streamer that connects the world in such a detailed way.
Fantastic. Richard, would you like to add to that? All right. Could you tell us a little bit more about your characters? Because now we've seen Nadia and Mason, okay, but what is surprising about them, and what are the parts that you personally found intriguing?
Now you start, last time.
That's what. We're doing this in turns, man.
What I find intriguing about them is how damaged they must be in certain ways in order to choose this kind of life. And I think that's something we kind of got to explore with both of them, and hopefully we'll have more opportunity too, is delving into who they are. To be someone who is being someone else every day, and on top of that, then playing another character all at once. These are really complicated, intricate humans who do kill people, who do bad things, who have questionable moral judgment. They're complicated humans.
Nice. Priyanka?
I think he really encapsulated what our characters do. I think Mason's character comes from a place of really trying to understand his past and who he is as a person today. And I think Nadia is who she is today and what she's going to be in the future. And they kind of are star-crossed. They kind of
Correct.
are drawn to each other no matter what happens. And there's, outside of all the flashy action and the, big stunts and the explosion and all that cool stuff, the show has so much heart because their characters can't stop but be drawn to each other. Our characters, their characters, our characters. And I think that just makes for like good TV, like you invested in both Nadia and Mason. At least that's what I felt when I watched the whole show.
So, we know this from the trailer, of course, that there is, these characters, they lose their memory and they're actually going to be different people now with different personalities, I'm assuming. At the same time, there's flashbacks, and then you just said who they might be in the future. I mean, I'm sitting here, a complete non-actor,